So this freaking headset, dude, like every time I use it, if there's no audio playing through, it decides, oh, it's been too long since noise has happened. Even if I'm using the microphone, and it shuts itself off. So I always have a lo-fi track playing in the background of this headset, or else it turns itself off.
That's wacky.
It's so freaking wild. Like I literally yesterday I was sitting at my desk, but I had the headset plugged in, and I just had a lo-fi track playing to the side. That way it wouldn't turn itself off before the D&D session.
So are you just constantly listening to lo-fi hip-hop while we're on Discord?
So like right now I have a loop of Cafe LeBlanc music from Persona 5 playing.
Perfect.
Yeah. It's just consistent.
I didn't even realize that you were listening to a soundtrack. I'm sure the Seth version of the podcast is so much more chill.
It's
than
so
ours.
chill, dude.
We gotta chill up your office, Zach. Get a little lo-fi going. Like put up some cool pictures of D&D, or maybe just pictures of us.
Yeah,
like,
get me some gamer LEDs. You know.
Yeah, there we go.
Just get some vibey lights, and then we'll be set.
And I was thinking, when you go into like a family's house, like when you go up the staircase, there's like a picture of each child.
Oh, of course.
We definitely need one of each of us, like really nice in suits and everything.
Yeah, well, and then one of us, all three together. I mean, I guess we'll go to a Walmart and just, do the photo thing.
Take a picture out front.
No, I mean, that's even funnier. Just, go to Walmart with the boys.
Finally
but no,
made it.
I'm talking about like the photo booths that they set up where you can all do like family portraits and shit.
Oh yeah. No, I was thinking we just get a stranger to take a picture of us in front of Walmart.
That's equally the vibe that I'm going for. So
just in the parking lot. The boys just hanging out,
I can't get this image out of my head now.
We'll have to do it the next time you come down.
Yeah, well, we got a couple months till then. Which brings me to freaking our sessions. I feel like we've had some of the best D&D sessions the past few months. It's been so good.
Yeah, I feel like there was a little stretch there where maybe we were we hadn't lost our groove, I won't say that, but just a lot of life changes have been going on, so it's been tough to bring the same level of energy to D&D that we had been, consistently for a couple years. If almost every weekend you're playing awesome sessions of D&D, then maybe it can be weird trying to live up to that in the future. But I think this past month we've gotten our groove back with some of these sessions.
I'm feeling it for sure. We show up, everyone's like got their head in the game. I felt like I was putting forth the effort yesterday.
Everyone except Patrick, who didn't know his hit points.
Didn't know his hit points or his proficiency bonus. I'm like, dude, have you been playing for 6 years or not?
We just hit level 17. And Patrick's he still had a +4 proficiency bonus on his character sheet. So he hadn't increased it for the past 6 levels or something. And then his hit points were like 20 points lower. I don't know. He just missed several level ups.
When you asked him, he was just like, no, I'm positive. And I was sitting there, I'm literally crying at my desk because I'm like, that's wrong. I know that's wrong.
I'm sitting here, I'm an artificer, and I've got 156 hit points. And Patrick, being full, he's rogue and monk, so the same amount of hit dice is telling me that he's got 108 hit points. Yeah, I said no. that does not compute.
To knock him down in one go. Like, that's crazy.
Seriously. I mean, Stein almost had my steel defender has as much hit points as Patrick thought that he had.
That's a big deal. 20 points at this level. Anything can deal 20 points of damage to us. I mean, we were fighting that dragon. It did what, 80 points yesterday? To us?
It did 80 to all of us. Patrick would have died in 2 of those before.
Yeah.
Now, now he still would, but in any case, he wouldn't be in danger of dying outright.
It was wild. But you guys were asking about my session I'm doing today, so it's going well. We did not play last week because I had a unit test coming up, and I could not put in the amount of work study and run back-to-back D&D sessions. Or, I think we just played last week. I just played, but, even playing was hard for my brain last week.
Sure, yeah.
So I was like, I'm not running a session this week, guys. I'm sorry, can't do it. So I am running one today, even though I don't feel, super up to it. But my players are currently going through basically the same mission that Glitch and 99 went through. Glitch and 99 went through a little arc where they were in the little warehouse area, and they went into a warehouse and found some dudes and stuff, whatever. Now, not that important, but my players are currently doing something similar where they are uncovering a theft, and the thieves are hiding out in the cogs.
Sick.
Ooh.
Yeah, the cogs are my favorite. That's the you'll have to remind me because it's been forever since I've looked at Sharn, but that's like the underground area where it's like lava and stuff, and that's where all the Warforged work.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where we were working with that PI guy, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. Yurt Gunner.
Oh, he was so cool. I mean, he was an ass, but
yeah,
he was
House
real cool.
Tharashk agent, I believe.
Yeah,
he was really just stealing our thunder is what he was doing. He really needed to just jump in the lava. I think that would have been better for everybody.
Yeah, I swear I'm not the kind of DM who makes DM PCs, but it does come to happen that sometimes I do make my NPCs just a little too helpful on occasion.
No, it was fun. I thought he was, it was fun interacting with him, and it was fun. It's kind of like a Calden experience where it's like I like him as a character, but I really hate him. I don't want to talk to him at all.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean, honestly, he was just the worst because he was, stealing your guy's thunder, trying to solve the same mystery.
Yeah, and I don't know if I told you this, Zach,
machines.
but I definitely told Drew last week. I had Glitch in 9-9 speak to the players for a bit.
That's awesome.
Because my player brought up, he was like, they knew they needed to go to like the warehouse area and go find these guys that are hiding out in one. So they already knew that, but my player was like, hey, I am like an urchin. I'm like an agent around here. This is my thing. I'm a thief. I would know people in like Dura, the Cog, stuff like that. Like I've worked there a lot. So would it be reasonable for me to find someone to speak to there? And I was like, actually, yeah, you know of 2 people. And he went and found them and got what info he could about the Cogs.
I bet we gave great information. Like with so detailed the reports were on top of it.
I was gonna say you better not.
No,
if you tell your players that Glitch and 9-9 were helpful at all, then you are doing them a disservice.
They seemed very, very incompetent. So like Glitch opens the door and stands there, not being able to say much. And 9-9 is hiding behind a couch, pointing a hand crossbow at the door, like, who is it? Who is it? And so he's like hiding behind a couch, and then when he sees it's like, that he knows this guy, he's like, oh, it's you. And then he's just trying to show up. He's like, well, we did recently get a case trying to find the chameleon Casanova, like that kind of stuff.
Ooh.
So he hinted toward all that stuff. But yeah, it was cool having those characters like be brought in as just like, oh yeah, this is what they're up to, but it has nothing to do with us.
Well, if you tell your players about the Casanova, then you have to get them interested in solving that mystery, but then also make sure that they never do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that's the vibe we have to go for. We can't just resolve these unresolved things. Though, I guess we did. What session was that where we hunted down the Weevil, right?
Oh yeah, that was back from way back in Storm Kings, though.
Yeah, when did we do that recently, though? We had a session that we played where we actually...
Oh, yeah, we did. What was... Seth, what did you run? You ran that, right?
Wait, which one did I run?
The Weevil?
The Weevil.
Am I just going insane here?
No, I think we did, didn't we? Or we talked about it. Did we not do it? I feel like we've had so much going on recently, I can't even remember. I thought we did a one-off, though, where we caught the Weevil, where we were trying to catch him.
Oh, yeah.
Right, because he was an artificer, and he had like all of this magical gear or whatever. I forget the circumstances.
I personed him and took all of his stuff.
That
was sick. Oh, man. I love that spell. That spell's cool. I'll probably never be able to use it again, but that's a sick spell. I also hate the idea of Oswin just getting robbed of all of his magical items.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it could easily happen, honestly. And I'm terrified of that constantly. I mean, I don't think Seth would do it at this point. It's a little too late, but...
Yeah, we have a big mission to finish, so...
Yeah. Just be sort of weird and rude to do that. Because, honestly, if you steal all our shit at this point, we're going to derail the campaign for another 5 sessions to get it back.
Oh, we're going back for it. We have to.
So that's my threat to you, Seth.
Yeah. So we had to schedule our session for this weekend, right? And I thought briefly last night after we hung up the call, I was like, oh no, I'm going to be the one that has to cancel. Oh no. That will not be the case though, because I have a performance in Pacific Grove this weekend where like I'm going to be singing for like an hour with the choir because you guys don't know this, I'm the Chinese choir captain now.
Ooh.
Yeah, I just got a surprise message last weekend, like, "Hey, you're in charge," and I was like, "Oh, okay." So I have to go. I have to go perform this coming weekend, and I'll be back like right at the same time as Patrick gets here.
Oh, I love when you know you can't make it to the session, but someone else cancels before you. It's like, oh man, I guess it's okay that you're doing this. It's fine.
No, I should be good
Yeah.
to make it on time, especially because the whole next session is already planned out. Like, I don't have to do any prep.
Oh, perfect. I'm glad you have a prep because I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea how we're getting down through the extra layers. I don't even know what the next layer is. I don't remember. I know we're in the Stygian ice one, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're in Stygia. Next is another one.
It's probably Nessus.
Malbolge, maybe?
Malbolge.
That sounds right.
Are you making the rest of them up, Seth, or the rest of them kind of canon?
So one of them is or 3 of them are canon, one of them is not.
Right, because there's, I believe in the canon version of the 9 Hells, there are 2 ice ones.
There are.
Oh.
Yeah,
There's not now, though.
Okay, yeah. I feel like we only need one, really, so that works out.
It's just regular old hell. I like the idea there's just like, in most games you get a checkpoint of some sort, you go back to base or something like that. So I like the idea that so many layers deep, it's just like a normal civilization down there.
We can go ahead and intro the topic, though. Hello, my name is Seth Pittman. I'm joined by my 2 best buds, Zachary Carvon and Andrew Amato. How are you boys doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, Seth. Living my life to the fullest. I got a whole lot of work to do, and per usual, going into Zach's office here, I have to climb 3 flights of steps, and I'm going to complain about it every single time until Zach does not live on the 3rd floor.
Yeah, we're working on it. Renewed the lease for the rest of the year, but I think in April we might be making a move, because I agree, 3 flights of steps just kind of sucks, and we should have solved this problem a while ago, honestly. So.
Dude, don't even get me started. Every weekend, I have to walk like a half mile to formation and back.
Oh, boo-hoo. Seth went through boot camp, is in the best shape of his life, and has to walk a half mile.
Fun fact about that, though, I did do my first 2 sessions of marathon training this week, because one of my buddies was like, hey, let's celebrate graduation by running a marathon. And I was like, okay, well, that's not for a year, so let's just start now.
So how many miles are you doing?
So I did 5 miles 3 times last week. Marathon is 26.2 miles. Or, yeah, I think 26.2, right?
At once?
Yeah, in one go.
Mm-mm.
That sounds right.
So, yeah, I did 5 miles 3 times last week. The 3rd time, though, wasn't that tired. So, but this week, guys, we are going to be talking about, is there such thing as too much D&D? How much D&D is too much D&D? Because I think at certain times in your life there is, and at certain times in your life you can't get enough. Am I right about that, boys?
Yeah, that, well, you sort of summed it up, so I guess thank you all for listening to TableTalk Friday, and we'll catch you in the next one.
No post-show or nothing. Dang.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But it's a little more complicated than that, and I think we can go over it, but that's sort of the idea. How much D&D is too much D&D? So
too much
I'll say right now, current vibe for myself personally, I think we're hitting the sweet spot of just the right amount of D&D.
Yes.
Like 1 session a weekend is ideal, but any more or any less is maybe a little too much or too little. So
well, I feel like the answer sort of changes depending on what's going on, because I know there's some weeks where if Seth could run a session for us every day, I would do it. I 100% would play D&D every single day just to get the fun in, get distracted for whatever else is going on. But right now, with everything kind of being stretched out, and we haven't been able to play in person for a while, I think I'm still in that mindset, like where I could play a little bit more. I can't play every day because I don't have time right now. But right now, I would love to get some extra sessions in. Like if Zach wants to run Out of the Abyss, on Sunday, and then Seth runs into Avernus on Saturday, we can get into Avernus and Out of the Abyss in 2 days.
I mean, that's basically it. Out of the Abyss into Avernus.
So, yeah, I would say that right now I'm running or playing 2 sessions a week. And given everything that, like, normally this would be the sweet spot for me, where I'm like, oh yeah, I get to run for 2 different groups. I've got like so much going on. But because of what I'm doing here, 2 sessions is a whole lot of like brain power to use for a weekend. So I might have to like find a way to like push back on it a little bit, maybe 2 sessions every few weeks, or like only play another session on the weeks when Out of the Abyss is happening. But yeah, but there have been so many times in my life, especially in college and when we were all trapped in the apartment during COVID times, where I could have played every day, and I would have been like, oh yeah, this is the life. I'm having the best time of my life right now.
Right. So I think the consensus here is that there's no such thing as too much D&D if you have all the time in the world, right?
Yeah.
Because ideally, I would just spend all day prepping D&D, and then, Seth, you would do the same, and Drew, you would do the same, and we just rotate out, we'll run a session, run a session, run a session, run a session, and we'll do like 6 sessions in a week or whatever, and then rest on Sunday like the Lord wants us to, and then we'll do it like that. But yeah, with life being grown adults now, and we're not in college, so we don't even get those nice little miracle snow or hurricane or whatever the case weeks where we don't have anything to do. It gets harder to maintain that sort of thing. Like, even if I did get half a week off, it's like, oh, Jesus Christ, I don't have to work? Well, I don't want to think about anything right now.
Yeah, well, and
you're telling me I got to prep a session?
That's how I felt on these weekends where I'm like, oh, man, I just did so much like studying and work. Wait, you're telling me I got to plan 2 sessions of D&D too?
Yeah.
It's weird because I most of the time want to play D&D. It's very rare that I'll say out loud, no, I don't want to play today. It's extremely rare.
Yeah.
But nowadays, as we're just so busy, I wonder if that'll increase as I get older and be like, man, I would love to just sit down on the couch for 30 minutes instead of playing D&D. Or if it'll just get worse. Like, will I be more addicted to D&D as I get older?
I don't know. Even if I am not feeling it, like an hour into a session, I'm all in.
Yeah, exactly. That's just what I was going to say is no matter what, even if I don't feel like playing D&D, sit me down in a session and I'm instantly into it. So it's really just the deciding to play and the prepping that hits me into a brick wall. Right now, I think I'm in the perfect spot where I'm prepping a session, but it's not every week. It's like once every 2 weeks or 3 weeks maybe. So I've got all the time in the world to prep, just a nice little 3-hour nugget of stuff for you guys to do. And then I can take my time prepping the next one. I feel like that's the ideal situation for a DM to avoid burnout. So if you can have multiple DMs in your group and swap out, I think that's probably the best way to avoid any one person getting burnt out. But Seth, I know you thrive on DMing, so maybe it's different for different people.
I feel like I'm a storyteller by trade. I like telling stories. I get these really big, grandiose ideas. I mean, I play pretty much exclusively RPGs, like in video games. So given all of that put together, like I love the DMing, the storytelling, being like, oh my gosh, I can use like these little nuggets from over here, and now when being able to come up with creatures. Like I have so many like third-party supplements, plus like the assistance of like an AI on the side, to where like I can come up with some wacky stuff. Like the creatures that we fought yesterday were the creature that we fought yesterday was from the Legendary Dragons supplement, that like third-party one that I bought on Amazon a long time ago. So he is a dragon in that Legendary Dragons book, as is the Queen of Hell. That picture you saw of her. So she's also from there.
Oh, that makes sense.
I did not know. That's
so
pretty nuts.
I took both of those, and then I sent this idea to the AI, like, hey, I need a couple of combat scenarios with with this creature, specifically the dragon you guys were against yesterday. I was like, with this creature, I need some combat scenarios. Here's kind of his description in my head, and so I sent that, and it gave me a bunch of scenarios to which I picked and chose from. To send you guys through, and then all the rest was me coming up with things.
Yeah, so not to derail and just talk about our home games, but I do want to bring this up because I think it was super cool the way that you had set everything up for this session, Seth. So this was probably one of my favorite combats that we've gone through in recent memory, and that's taking into account the awesome combat that we had last time with the hags. But the whole deal with this guy, it was like Pyrex the Stalker or something. I know that's not his name,
like
but something close to that. And it's just this massive white dragon. We're in the middle of this frozen tundra, and it's stalking us. So it's like the Predator, but if it was a dragon. So he's just so good at blending in with the environment, and he's got different breath weapons that like target what you're not weak against. So he can swap out whatever damage type he wants to do on his breath attacks. And, he's just chasing us over this vast landscape. And at first, we thought we found some cheese for the fight because Drew, you cast Arcane Gate.
Yes.
And so we, he was just a massive dragon, so he couldn't reasonably fit in the, inside the 10-foot long Arcane Gate, 10 foot in diameter, whatever. So we kept popping through one end and through to the other and taking pot shots at him. But the thing is, this motherfucker can heal. So he's got like this enhanced healing factor or whatever. So I don't know if or how we're going to kill him if we have to, but it quickly became apparent that we have to flee. So now it's this super interesting combat scenario. Okay, we're in this wide open space, and there's a dragon that's very difficult to see that's trying to, destroy us. So how do we get out of here? All right, well, we slide down this hill, and, we make some distance. All right, but then he comes up at us again out of nowhere, and this time we're all bunched up, and we weren't so good about spreading ourselves out. So now we're all on, super low health, and it's quickly, all right, let's not even stop to fight. We need to get the fuck out of here now. And so just the tense experience of like a Resident Evil tyrant chasing you, basically. And, you're 17th level, so you've got all these resources in your bag to like slow it down or get away faster. But ultimately, there's not a way that we can easily kill it. So just super good concept there, Seth. I mean, I'm sure it's possible if we just kept rolling nat 20s or lying about rolling nat 20s, then we probably could have done it. But just bravo to you there.
I will say, if he stayed and fought you guys on that open field, yeah, you guys would have beaten him. I mean, if he just
but he's an intelligent hunter.
He's an intelligent hunter. He's like, the whole thing was like, if he could get Aerofras and get out of there, that's what he wants, right? He wants to get his prey and go. And so he tried to like pick him off, and then whenever you went greater invisibility, he's smart enough to know about that. So when all of that happens, and then he gets hit by like tons of damage out of the side, it's like, wait a second, I gotta go back and rethink it. So him being an intelligent creature, I'm like, oh. I love the concept too of like the hunter and the prey, the blizzard coming in and limiting your visibility to where now you can't tell where he is.
Well, I want to be very clear. The setup for this, we once fought an ancient red dragon that was massive, and we had to pull out a whole bunch of resources, out of the bottom of the bag of holding that you don't usually use to get rid of this guy. And when we beat him, we were all low health, we were all hurting. It was a rough fight. We leveled up to like 15 or 14 at that point. It was a nutso fight. And Seth introduces this stalker as, he makes that last dragon look like a little sissy. And I'm looking at this picture. He sends something to chat, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this thing is terrible. I'm thinking Great Worms from the Dragon book that came out, and I have no idea what's going on.
He's not quite that close.
Well, see, that's what I was thinking, because this guy, we were wailing on this guy, and the amount of damage we did, probably like 200 points or something. Like, we were just wailing on him. And then this guy used his legendary actions to just shake them off. And so I'm thinking this guy just healed for like 200 points.
There are conditions for that. I will say there are conditions for it. It's not like a free heal.
Okay.
I got the impression, but still, like we're we didn't blow all of our stuff, but we're getting close.
Yeah.
Like I've never been, or I haven't been this low on spell slots in a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because we had to do all the spell swiping, right?
And usually it's optimal on my turn to just say, fuck it, I don't need to cast spells. Let me just sharpshooter and use my arcane jolt. and
Yeah.
that usually does the trick.
So
but
to get us back
Yeah.
on topic, like I think that resources like these, like third-party resources and/or like sending really good prompts to a machine can cut down that prep time. Like if you are having a busy life, so you can get more D&D in. But there always are going to be the times when I'm like, man, I am not feeling it right now. And in those cases, if I'm just playing, cool, like that's not a problem. If I don't go into the session though DMing in the right mindset, then it's gonna be not amazing. I think we can all recall some times whenever I had like a 12, 13-hour shift back at the Ninja Gym, and I would come home to immediately start DMing, and I'm just like out of breath, and I'm like, okay, guys, we're gonna get this done. And we would have great sessions that way, but I would sometimes just not be in the mindset starting out.
Yeah, and I think it's not great practice to operate that way for sure. I feel like even if you end up having fun in the end, and because we all love D&D, ultimately you don't want to burn yourself out on it, because you can only handle so many exhausted sessions before you start associating D&D with being exhausted,
Yeah.
So that's definitely something to take in mind there. But generally speaking, as long as you've got a good group and you're able to communicate when you're like, I would love to run a session, but I've got this other shit I've got to do this weekend. I just don't think it's going to work out. That's always an option. You don't want to make it a habit necessarily, because we all love having consistent sessions, but ultimately it is a game, and so we're all here to have fun. So if you're stretching yourself too thin there, then you got to be honest with yourself.
Oh, wait, do you guys hear that? Oh my God! It's this week's update on Baldur's Gate 3. Okay,
Baldur's Gate 3.
So
No way.
I just found out like about all the stuff that's going to be included in Baldur's Gate 3 very, very, very recently. Like I was watching some videos, hearing people talk about it, how like it comes out on PlayStation on the same day as Starfield. So are they trying to make that like the big thing they're dropping at the time? And then I did my own research, went ahead and pre-ordered the game and everything, and I could not be more stoked to play this 5e video game, made by a team who loves D&D, who's made amazing CRPGs in the past, and all I can think about right now until the game comes out is like, what character am I going to be making? And I've got a couple ideas, but for those of you that don't know, we talked about it a little bit last week, but Baldur's Gate 3 is set in the Forgotten Realms, directly after the events of Descent into Avernus, the campaign we just ran through. So there's even a character who was in El Terrell when it fell, as one of the origin characters you can choose if you don't want to make your own character. So
Ooh,
yeah,
that's pretty neat.
So her whole backstory, I'm not gonna spoil too much, but it's in her description. Her backstory is literally she was down there when El Terrell fell. She went out and like adventured a little bit, ended up being captured by Zariel and fought in the Blood War for some time before El Terrell was returned.
That's pretty sick.
So she fought in the Blood War, and in her service to Zariel, she ended up having her heart be replaced by Zariel with an infernal engine. So her chest she's a red tiefling, and her chest is always glowing this bright orange color.
Yeah, that's fucking metal.
It's so so she's a tiefling barbarian, and she used to be a Hell Rider back in the 50 years ago, whenever the Hell Rider thing happened.
That is
That's
sick.
It's sick.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I want to play that character now.
Yeah,
Actually,
absolutely.
I don't have to worry about creating my own character because I'm going to play this one.
Well, but I think you can also, if you don't end up choosing her, you can pick her up as a party member too. So I was like, I can play
Yeah,
one of
that's what I'll have to do.
I can play as one of my canon D&D characters, like in my head, and then I can freaking go in and grab this Hell Rider as part of my team, grab like all these other characters. In Baldur's Gate 2, I didn't know this, but Minsk and Boo and Volo were all in the game. Like Minsk and Boo were party members, and Volo was an NPC. And I'm like, you cannot tell me that I'm gonna get to go in there and run into freaking Volo.
I'm sure we're going to run into more than Volo. Not to give too much away about other campaigns, but I think it's canon right now that Mordenkainen is in Waterdeep. So
But do we?
Yeah,
I
so-
don't know if Waterdeep's in the game though. Like,
that's true.
Do we go to
It might not be within the... Who knows?
That's really weird to think about Mordenkainen in Waterdeep, because in our experiences, in our games, I don't think we've ever seen him there. And the places that we've found his magical tower, I can't imagine why he would go to Waterdeep.
Yeah, you found him in hell.
Like, he'd
in
go
the
anywhere.
Radiant Citadel. So
He seems a little above that.
yeah, two very different places.
Maybe sometimes he just goes to Waterdeep.
Yeah.
Oh, just like going to the city,
Visit
kinda
his
hanging
son.
out.
Yeah.
Kind of some window shopping.
Lots of good wizards in Waterdeep. Maybe.
Well, that is true.
So
I don't know. I'm stoked because what Seth told me, I think you told me a couple days ago, maybe when we were playing our session yesterday, about the cool characters you could run into in this game. I did do a little bit more research to kind of like dive into some of them. I think my favorite person that I saw coming up would be actually good old Gamer. Actually, he's one of the best characters in the game. Actually, you can invite him into your party later when you go to, I think it's the town of Patreon. Where you can actually get some exclusive content like post shows, early access to the TableTalk Friday podcast. You guys should really check him out. If you happen to find him, make sure you recruit him in. And good old Gamer, we appreciate you supporting our Patreon. Thank you so much.
now, I don't know if you guys heard about the Baldur's Gate 3 drama this week. Did you?
No.
So
there's
there
drama?
was a lot of drama this week because big game devs. I'm talking like I believe the senior designer for Diablo 4. Let's see. A couple of other like big game devs were coming out on Twitter. Oh, let's see, some guys from BioWare, like big game devs. Like these are big companies who make some of my favorite stories. BioWare made the Mass Effect trilogy. Diablo 4 is one of the biggest releases of this year, and a lot of them were posting like, "Hey, we've played and seen and previewed Baldur's Gate 3." Now, mind you, Baldur's Gate 3 is made by Larian, which is a 400 plus team. Who made the Divinity Original Sin games, also CRPGs based on like Dungeons and Dragons, but not in that universe. Great games.
Okay.
Haven't played them. But people were coming out on like Twitter and saying like, we've played this game, we've seen this game. We want you guys to know this game is so good that it's an anomaly. Like, don't expect our games to be like this.
Whoa.
Like,
Are you kidding me?
no, they were saying like the quality that this team has put into this game, the polish, the amount of like effort they've put in, most AAA teams cannot even do this. Is basically what they were saying.
I can't fucking wait to play this game, because I know that it's been teased for years and years and years.
It's been in early access for 3 years.
Yeah, when we first heard about this game is when Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus came out.
Yeah.
And it was like, yep, so this is going to be the sequel to that. And I was like, ooh, so it's coming out soon? And they said, no.
Yeah.
But
teaser.
But it has been in early access for a long time, to be fair. I just didn't want to jump in into a 5e-esque D&D experience without all of the, the staple characters. Like, what if I want to be a druid? They didn't have that at launch.
I gotta say, this game has kind of been a roller coaster for me because once I heard that had come out, I kind of wrote it off as, I don't play those types of games. Like I'm not going to play that. And then, like I do to a lot of games, I'm very specific of the games that I play. And then, a couple days later, I kept hearing the hype. Like, okay, well, maybe I'll give it a try. It's about D&D, right? I might give it a go. And then I went to, oh, no, I'm definitely playing this game. I have to get it. And now I'm hearing like, oh, it's an anomaly. It's like The Last of Us. It's like this big staple in the gaming industry. And like, I absolutely have to play this game now. There's no questions about it. So I need to find out do I have to pre-order this or what?
So on
you could just get it.
Xbox, we do not have a release date. So I'm sorry to say that.
Okay.
Because they are pushing it to make sure it's because of the Series S. Apparently, they have to hit that 60 frames per second on the Series S, and they can't leave features out for just that weaker console.
Gotcha.
So and also it's dropping on PlayStation on the exact same day as Starfield, which same day as Starfield drops on Xbox. If they also are avoiding the release of probably Xbox's biggest release of the year, Starfield. On PC, it drops not this coming Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. And because I have pre-ordered it, I get it 3 days early. So I get it on Saturday.
Okay, well, I'm definitely gonna have to pre-order it. I won't get it for another month or whatever it may be, but I'm committed to playing this game, so I'm down to drop the money on it.
Yeah, and then on PlayStation, it drops a month from next week, I think. So in the beginning of September.
Yeah, and that's probably when I'll pick it up as well, is on PS5. As much as it pains me to say, I just don't think I have a machine that's going to do it justice. So I'll probably wait for PS5.
Now, mind you guys, this is a game that is also split-screen co-op as well as online co-op. Zach, if you end up getting it on PlayStation, I might just get it on there too. so that way we can play together and have our D&D party.
Yeah, that would be fucking sick.
Was it cross-plat?
So I don't think it's cross-platform between PC at least.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. I haven't read into a whole lot of the cross-platform, but I don't believe it is. If it's not, I will have it in 2 places. I don't care. Like, I'm so excited. And then also, like, this thought of living out the D&D fantasy with in a Mass Effect style like story. Like, all the cinematics and cutscenes look very akin to like cutscenes I'd see in like Mass Effect or Dragon Age. So I'm like, I'm all in for that kind of stuff. Obviously, Mass Effect being my favorite trilogy. So yeah, I can't freaking wait. I'm so excited to make a character in this world, in this game, by a team who obviously put a lot of love and care into it. We've seen a lot of AAA devs like recently just not doing that, and that was the big drama. Is the dev teams were coming out and saying these things like it's an anomaly, and players were like, well, wait a second. Polish and really good quality shouldn't be an anomaly.
Oh.
Well,
but at the same time,
you try making a fucking AAA game. Tell me how easy it is.
Yeah.
I can throw it together. I can just make something real quick.
Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't say anything about it, obviously, but that was the big drama. Like, they were saying that the dev teams were like, don't expect this out of us, and then a lot of players were online like, well, we should expect at least, we're not expecting every game to be 100. I think it said between all the options, like if you were to go through and choose all the different choices in the game, you'd have 174 hours of cutscenes. Which is more than all of Game of Thrones, by the way. That's between every choice that you could make. So you're not going to be living out that many hours in one playthrough. You're probably going to end up with what, like, I'm going to say 40.
Probably, yeah. But this is my problem with all incredible large games. Is just where will I find the time to finish this? But because it is Baldur's Gate and it's Dungeons and Dragons, I think I'm gonna have to put in the Elden Ring hours on it and make sure that I give it its due diligence.
That's what I'm saying. Like, my free time on the weekends, like, I'm gonna study all week. I might even try to get stuff done so early in the day so I can come back to my room and freaking sit down and not speak to anybody except my best friends inside the computer.
You could make characters that are akin to the Mass Effect characters if you wanted to.
I'd make Commander Shepard.
You could make like a Tali character. I don't know what you'd be, like a Drow rogue or something maybe.
Maybe like a Githyanki.
Oh yeah, there you go. That would be pretty cool.
There are Githyanki in the game, but I will be making most likely an elf or a dwarf.
Yeah, dwarves and elves are the best.
Yeah, I don't see I want to like role play my character. You know what I mean? I don't see myself like role playing a dwarf, but I could role play a hell out of an elf. So
I'd probably go for a. If I'm not modeling it after like one of my actual D&D characters, then it's got to be half orc. It's always half orc. I know that about myself, but I do love me some orcs.
I don't know what wizard subclasses they've announced because I could see myself playing Galandon.
I think Bladesinger was in there. I thought I heard someone talk about Bladesingers in it.
If it is,
but maybe it was just someone
insane.
speculating. Yeah, I want to see if they modified. I don't think they really went too far off the books. I imagine they did at least a little bit. I can't imagine this exactly to the books, but I'm interested to see what kind of spells they picked, what subclasses they're locking in. I'm definitely going to have to get at least a few spellcasters in the party just to experience all the spells, because I don't want to just use like the arcane list or whatever it may be at this point. Maybe they're bringing some 1D&D into it. I'm not sure.
Probably not.
No, they're doing so they're picking some of the favorite subclasses, and they have all the classes except for Artificer, obviously.
I hate it when they're left out.
Yeah,
it stinks.
It does suck, but they have the license for 5. I mean, I guess maybe they'll do like a DLC or something in the future. Because I know Divinity has had DLCs in the past that kind of like finished up stories, and I think the Baldur's Gate games did too. So I wouldn't be surprised to see DLC drop for it that's like, hey, also we've added in the Artificer.
I'd pay any amount of money to play an Artificer.
To play Oswin.
That's not an invitation to make it ridiculous, but I will pay to be Oswin in this game. So just putting that out there.
They actually, I just watched the trailer this morning. They released another trailer for Mortal Kombat 1, And they came out with every Mortal Kombat game now comes with like a couple extra characters that don't belong in that universe, right? Not including the whole multiversal angle that they've been taking. But they released the characters, and Seth, I know you're really into Invincible. They're bringing in Omni-Man. Omni-Man?
I saw that.
However you say it?
Yeah, Omni-Man.
Yeah, he's going to be in the game. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't really know anything about him, but he seems pretty cool.
Dude, Omni-Man would, it's like canonically would fuck up any Mortal Kombat character. But I do love, I always love fighting game crossovers like that. Now, I don't play a lot of fighting games. I did get into Street Fighter a little bit recently, and then I fell off for like a week, tried to play again, and I'm shit now.
Oh no.
But it is exciting to see Omni-Man there, though I will not be playing Mortal Kombat 1. I apologize.
Now, and who's your main in Street Fighter 6?
I've gone between two mains, that being
Do you have one?
Luke and Ryu.
Yeah, fair.
Like
Ryuzaki Shirai from Out of the Abyss?
No.
No.
And in fact, that's on you, Drew, for using the most generic anime fighter name.
So
Is it
the
really?
only reason I chose?
I mean, Ryu, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not a Street Fighter guy. I've always played Mortal Kombat.
The only
from
reason
beginning
I
of time.
chose Luke and Ryu, like are the two that I've been playing, is because they have simple control schemes. They have very similar movesets, and like they have like an all-around fighting style. And I'm not used to fighting games, so like being able to know, oh, this button, like this combo does uppercut, and this is my punch, and this is my ranged attack, is so easy.
You know, I'm gonna come clean because we're talking about fighting games. I might have mentioned this to Zach, but I definitely don't think I told Seth or anybody else at the table. My character's name in Out of the Abyss is Ryuzaki Shirai, but Scorpion is one of my favorite characters in Mortal Kombat. I've always played him better than most other characters. And so he is from the Shirai Ryu clan. So it's I reversed it from the Shirai clan, and I named him Ryu. So I thought that was pretty neat. A little Mortal Kombat flavor in there.
Well, what's Scorpion's actual name, or is it just Scorpion?
It is Hanzo Hazashi.
Okay.
Hanzo Hazashi.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I should have used that. Dang it! I could have mixed that up too.
Yeah, I mean Hanzo's good. But yeah, there's a lot of Ryus, because there's Ryu from Street Fighter, and then there's also Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden is the main guy from there. Yeah,
just a lot of ninja inspiration is what's going on here.
Uh-huh.
But I'm beyond excited to play this game, and of course I have to play Mortal Kombat now because John Cena's in it. Peacemaker is one of the extra characters.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So now we get to play John Cena in a
cool.
fighting game that's not like SmackDown versus Raw.
yeah. So I have not seen any movies in the DCEU except for I saw Man of Steel before there was a DCU, and then I haven't seen Suicide Squad or anything. But I did watch the Peacemaker series on HBO Max, and it's. I mean, don't at me. It's really funny. I really liked it.
People love it. It's apparently a really well-reviewed show. But
and that's his story prior to Suicide Squad.
No,
right?
it's after Suicide Squad.
Oh, after?
So yeah, a lot of context that I didn't have, but it's a very tight season of TV. Like you don't need the context to get it. It's super funny, but also like really emotional. And for the first time ever, I've been like compelled to a John Cena character. You know what I mean? Like usually it's nice to just see him there, but this man actually, I think he knows how to act, which is crazy to just come to this realization. But
you guys know they're rebooting the DCU, right?
I do, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so
I wasn't aware.
James Gunn, director of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, is now in he's like the Kevin Feige for DC now. So Kevin Feige's the guy who is in charge of like all the Marvel stuff. So now James Gunn is like in charge of the DCU, and they're starting over.
That's crazy.
Way too late in the game to be starting over. Everyone's sick of superheroes, and you're trying to get us to go back to square one?
Yeah.
Absolutely not, but we'll see. I know more than anything, people are just pissed off that Henry Cavill got fired as Superman when he just quit The Witcher to play Superman. So now they've replaced
he
him in
also
The
quit The
Witcher,
Witcher 'cause he was
and it's
mad, though.
Superman.
Because
Yeah.
because Henry Cavill is a gamer, like through and through. He's probably the celebrity who's the most vocal about like he's a nerd. And so he quit because they are not staying true to the Witcher source material.
Oh, that's actually very cool.
I'm pretty sure he's played the games and read some of the books, and he's like, "This is not what happens. Like, this is not these characters. I quit."
Yeah, I mean, so it was multifaceted for sure, but at least when he first dropped off The Witcher, everyone was like, "Oh yeah, it's because he's gonna be Superman," and no, that wasn't
Henry
actually
Cavill
the case.
is Superman though. Like, even though he's given bad scripts, like he is Superman.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can't imagine an actor who's more just fitting for at least for the modern version of Superman. Of course, there was Christopher Reeves in the 70s.
Yeah.
Like he was iconic in the role as well, but Henry Cavill is an awesome looking Superman.
No, for sure. I wish I knew more about DC superheroes. I really don't know a whole lot about them. I'm really just a Marvel guy kind of through and through. But Superman seems pretty cool. I just don't understand how they top him in any way. Like, how is he not just the best at everything?
I mean, he is.
Well, he is.
So
that's
like,
the problem.
does he need other people to help him save the world? Can't he just do it himself?
I mean, any bad guy that fights him has some sort of way to get around him, which is like they've kind of like tried to plan for like getting around him. I mean, his nemesis is a normal dude.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about Superman's powers, at least recently, like the story is usually not Superman is incapable of defeating this villain. It's how does Superman defeat this villain without forsaking his morals? Because Superman's strong enough to blow up the whole fucking Earth easily. But how does he stop this world-ending threat without, killing innocent bystanders and without killing the world-ending threat? Like, okay, sure, Superman could kill him, but Superman doesn't like killing people. So how do you be Captain America, Boy Scout, and also have the power of God? So
see, I didn't know that. I thought that was a Batman sort of thing, which I guess is similar. I do know that Superman doesn't he holds back on his punches because he doesn't want to brutally destroy somebody. But I didn't know he was against killing. I thought he did.
I mean, he does kill, but he's a good guy. He doesn't. They don't typically write Superman like a murderer, right? Usually he's trying to do
really
good by
gory.
people. Yeah,
Yeah, and
Really
then
gory
he'd be called
voice.
Omni-Man.
Oh, yeah, I hear Omni-Man's pretty
Dude,
gruesome.
Omni-Man is brutal. I mean, if you ever get the chance to watch season 1 of Invincible, please do. It's so good.
I will at some point. Absolutely.
Like, you'll watch
don't know
episode
how
1 and you'll be all in.
I'll have to check it out. I don't know how all the superheroes are mashing up right now. Even Warzone right now has I think it's called The Boys.
Yeah.
The Boys mashup.
Yep.
Where Homelander is in it, which is weird. You could play as a superhero in Warzone, which just feels odd. And then Homelander is actually another addition in the Mortal Kombat DLC. So you have Peacemaker, Homelander, and Omni-Man. So that's 3 superheroes
from 3
right
different
there.
universes. None of them are the same universe.
That's weird.
It is. It's kind of odd. I don't know. I wonder why all these super mashups are happening.
I think it's because over the past 2 or 3 years, adult superhero themes have become a huge deal. Because a lot of us grew up with the MCU, and now we're all adults, right?
Oh, that's true.
So Invincible was written a long time ago, but they made the show, they made The Boys all the same time, and these are fully adult themed. You do not want your kids watching Invincible or The Boys.
Or Peacemaker, really.
So these are all adult superhero shows, put all of them being around at the same time, putting them in this adult fighting game. Who's letting their kid play Mortal Kombat if they're not at least a teenager or maybe a little younger?
Well, fun little factoid for anybody listening, if I haven't said this before, Mortal Kombat is the reason that there are ratings on games.
Yep. Yeah, that's why they put together the ESRB, because they were like, what the fuck is this? This is a toy for children.
They're punching
Why is he
heads
ripping
off.
his heart out?
I love the OG Mortal Kombat fatalities, though. Just Mortal Kombat 1. It's just an uppercut and his head falls off.
Yeah.
And, Scorpion just pulls his mask off and just blows some fire on him and he dies.
Did they have the arena fatalities in the first one too, where like you knock them off the bridge and into the spikes?
Yeah, they did. I could never figure out how to do the newer stage fatalities, and to be perfectly honest, in all the newer games, the stage fatalities are not worth it because you have a way cooler personalized version that you could do.
Sure.
And in the last Mortal Kombat, you could do all of them. You could do the fatalities, it was the brutalities, the friendships.
Yeah, friendship, of course.
The babalities.
Friendships are so funny.
It got real weird.
Yeah, I don't get babality. Why? That sounds like a single like Easter egg that you could do on one character in like a very specific situation. But they've got like you can turn everyone into babies, right? That's just a thing.
Yeah, you just turned into a baby. It was like, all right, this is a thing that's happening in the game. That's perfectly fine.
It's just part of the fun
I feel like
of
I'd
the
rather
game.
any other ending, but. Oh, and you know what? They actually had, way back when, I want to say it was Deadly Alliance, they had an alternative version. It wasn't a fatality. You could actually end yourself in it, which was pretty cool. So if your health got down to like 5% and the other person just had like all their health, you could just fatality yourself and end it. It was called Harakiri's. It
That's so fucking funny.
It was really cool, though. It was really cool.
I don't know if that's cool.
It was metal.
Yeah, it's so cool that I could. I don't know if I could even say this online anymore, but you know what I was
going to
say.
It right out of the show and post it. Zach said
Yeah,
this.
exactly.
Just cut it out. No, but it was really cool though.
So I think to wrap out the show, I need to send out a plea to our friends over at Larian. Please add Frontgate Eric to your game. I don't care how you have to do it. Somebody get the message out. Send them a nice email for us. Send them the link to TableTalk Friday. I need at the Basilisk Gate or the gate into the Upper City. I forgot the name of the gate, but I'll be there soon. I need Frontgate Eric, front and center, and then that way I know you've received the message. Thank you very much.
Yep. And just in case you aren't a longtime listener to the show, welcome. Thank you for listening. And Frontgate Eric, he's just a guard. He's just a guard at the front gate in Baldur's Gate, and that's all we need. We just need him there.
And
it's ERIK as well. If it's with a C, then you've done it wrong. So
and you can also
just be aware.
Be a Frontgate Eric if you go over to patreon.com/TableTalk Friday, where you can get a bevy of bonus benefits. A lot of stuff that we just happen to post over there, like our bonus post shows that we'll be recording right after this, a little bit early releases on your episodes, and so much other stuff. We also like to interact with our viewers if they happen to comment on any of the videos or have any questions for us. We do interact with them over there as well. So thank you so much for listening to this week of Table Talk Friday, where we talked about Baldur's Gate 3, this awesome game that's going to be releasing very soon. Pre-order yours now. You're welcome, Larian. And 2, what it's like or is there such thing as too much D&D? My name has been Seth Pittman. I've been joined by my two best friends, Zachary Carvin and Andrew Romano, and we need the Baldur's Gate to take us out.
I'm open. You can pass through. Did you do it yet? I'm a gate, so I don't have eyes. So I'm just waiting. Just waiting for you to. Oh! I guess you went through. Have a good day.